I'm just reaching out on his behalf and to find out what you wanted to talk about.
Well, it's a massive crime. It's a massive domestic terrorist organization operating out of Ottawa, Ontario, as I suggested to him last year. So some of the evidence is now available on my website, pfi.rocks, which is pfi pretty freaking insane.rocks.
Yes.
I have more of it in various locations, a storage unit, online, on my computer, on hard drives. I've kind of, obviously to protect myself, I have stored the evidence in multiple locations. I've been robbed about 4 times since I started exposing the syndicate. I'm not sure where you'd like to start. I mean, I know the sections in the criminal code that I'd start with, but I'm not sure where you'd like to start.
When you say exposing this syndicate, who are we talking about?
Well, I mean, I can allege a couple of cabinet ministers, but I can only do so much. So I don't have access to their bank accounts or their email accounts. I can't do a wiretap. So all I can make out is allegations against federal cabinet ministers. But I have evidence against probably about 30 appointed Superior Court of Justice judges in the province of Ontario, a couple of justices of the peace, about 3 dozen Ottawa police officers, about 3 dozen lawyers, 6 Crown prosecutors based out of Doug Downey's Crown Prosecutor's office in Ottawa. The big ones are listed on my site. I mean, the Children's Aid Society of Ottawa is complicit in human trafficking and torture, and I'd argue domestic terrorism. And I have evidence to support those allegations. At a minimum, fraud. I mean, all the easy white collar crimes they're clearly guilty of, but to establish that they're involved in an international human trafficking network would require more resources than I have. I mean, I've been trying to expose this group for at least 8 years.
When you say you have evidence, I know you can't go over all of it on the phone, but what type of evidence are we talking about?
Well, I mean, to understand the crime, you would need to understand a lot of different legislation. So, for example, the Divorce Act, the Courts of Justice Act, the Crown Attorneys Act, and recognize that there is a crime in the criminal code, section 126, disobey a statute. So, I mean, that's the simplest one. When you recognize how the lawyers and judges involved in family court, civil court, criminal court, well, actually not criminal, that's another story, but when you recognize how the judges in civil court disobey the Courts of Justice Act, then you can recognize the crime. So basically what they do is they circumvent federal legislation like the Divorce Act. So they use provincial legislation in the criminal code to circumvent the Divorce Act. So the entire thing is it's pretty sick and twisted. So I'm not sure where you want to start. It's not simple. So organized crime, sociopaths aren't stupid. I mean, I'll get threatened. I don't have evidence of a note saying, you keep talking, I'm going to kill your daughter. So I don't have evidence of that. They're not that stupid. They use a network of individuals who build a mosaic of threats. So anyway, it's difficult to evidence over the phone. I have a website, pfi.rocks. PFI is P as in Peter, F as in Frank, I as in Igloo, .rocks. It's a 20-paragraph summary, which has a couple of links to some testimony and some evidence. I've been shut down 5 times attempting to expose this group since my false arrest unwarranted arrest and detention in 2019. So not all of the evidence is on my website because this is my 5th time and I am starting over again.
When you say you've been shut down, by who? Like your website?
Well, first my Facebook account with 4,000 followers was shut down just before, well, I think after I was arrested and detained, and my LinkedIn account's been shut down, and then my website, my first shot at a website was shut down by Crown Prosecutor Malcolm Savage, who is a perpetrator who operates out of Ottawa's Crown Attorney's Office. I'm not sure if he's part of Proud Boys or not. He kind of looks like he's from Proud Boys. I've been told he's an alcoholic. I have no idea, but I do know he is guilty of conspiracy to prosecute, perjury. I mean, Crown prosecutors are under oath. So he knowingly lied to the court to prosecute me until all the charges were eventually dropped because I outlasted his whole little network.
All right. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to relate that information to Superintendent Pegs, and I will look at your website as well to go the type of evidence you have on there.
Yeah, again, there's only a bit on there. I've got 10 years of evidence against 200 individuals, including the Ottawa Police Services Board, and at this point, the Mayor of Ottawa. So the reason the wagons have been circled on me is because I have dirt on the capital of Canada. I mean, that's the reality. And
have you reported this to any other police agency?
Oh gosh, yeah, I've been trying to report this internationally since started becoming aware of it. So I tried to report it throughout the U.S. I'm also a citizen of, by birthright, Europe and Ireland. So when I was there in 2019 and 20, yeah, it's almost a country I haven't reported it to. I also have an Instagram account, so I started distributing my evidence of the human trafficking component of it internationally via Instagram and my website since 2020. I think I was, and all that stuff's all on my Instagram account. You can see some of the evidence there. If you go to my website and you go to contact us, you'll see my 2 Instagram accounts, and then you'll see a bit of evidence of the database I was building regarding the human trafficking network.
Okay. All right. So like I said, I'm gonna just go to your website to try and educate myself a little bit on this, and I will pass on the information to the chief tenant.
Sure. I mean, if you have any questions, feel free to call me back. It's quite complex.
Yes. I understand. I see how that's hard to discuss on the phone.
Okay. All right. Appreciate the call. Give me a call anytime. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.